Hi there, and welcome back to Northlight Photographic Workshops, and welcome to the North Woods. Kind of getting to the end of fall here. Unfortunately, it's nearly November, which gets to be pretty dull up here as far as color-wise, but man, we've had a great couple of weeks of fall colors, and last time you saw me, it was looking pretty good in here, and it's still pretty nice, but over the last couple of days, we've lost a lot of leaves. Yeah, it's getting into winter and a whole new batch of things to do, right? You know, so anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're doing well. And I just got back from Iceland, and as is usual with these Iceland trips, you come home and you acquire some gear. You know, somebody's been on the trip that's had the latest, greatest, or something like that. Well, that wasn't the case on this one, but I finally took the dive and I got into the FPV world of drones. I picked myself up a DJI FPV drone, and although I've been flying about 12 years now, this is a whole different animal, and I have not taken it yet out of its sport and its manual or its normal modes, because manual mode can be quite crazy. It's just like flying a helicopter, and it's a whole new thing for me. So yeah, don't be looking for me doing dives and loops and spins and going down waterfalls and that kind of thing very soon, but I definitely did want to become literate with it and hone my skills with it. And it's turning out as the perfect drone to do that. I've seen a lot of people online dissing this drone, you know, most often kind of, you know, seasoned FPV pilots, but yeah, you know, they talk about it for craftsmanship and build quality and whatever, but I don't know. I think it's great. You know, if I was an experienced pilot with FPV, I might not like it so much. But as somebody who's coming from the world of just a standard drone flight, this is a great way to get into it, because it has 3 different settings on it. It has normal setting, it has sport setting, and it has manual setting. And it won't even let you go into manual setting unless you go into the setup routine and kind of prove to it that you know what you're doing and switching it to manual. I have not been there yet, but I have been in normal and sport mode. Normal tends to be very much like a normal drone. You know, you have different capabilities that a little quicker response time, that kind of a thing, than you have with a normal drone. But and then there's sport mode, which is really fun, a little bit unbridled. This thing in sport mode, I've had it down the hill. I've had it up to 62 miles an hour. In the field down there, and you know, when you get going those kind of speeds, it's getting kind of dangerous, right? This is about a 5-pound drone, and you know, you got to be really careful and really know what you're doing before you put it into manual mode. But anyway, you know, I'm not much of a gadget guy, so I'm kind of late to this game. You know, this drone's been out a couple years now, so I'm not here doing any kind of a review of it, but you know, it might help some of you that are flying drones that have been wondering about FPV. Anyway, I just thought I'd take the plunge. So the combo package comes with the drone. It comes with a couple sets of rotors. It comes with 1 battery. Now I got the Fly More kit that added 2 more batteries to it, one of which was dead on arrival, so I've sent it back to DJI for a replacement. So right now I'm operating on 2 batteries. You end up getting about, I'd say I'm getting about 12 minutes flight time. They claim 14 to maybe 16 minutes of flight time, but I tend to be getting around 12 minutes comfortably. And I'm not really pushing it to its limits. I think if you were out there really screaming around, you'd probably have less flight time. But compared to the old days when we'd get 3-4 minutes on a battery, it's quite good. But it's definitely not, you know, like the Mavics or the Phantoms where you're getting, you know, 20, 25 minutes, almost 30 minutes in some cases. But yeah, it's plenty when you're flying this. That's plenty of time, believe me. In fact, you really have to keep track of the battery because you'll have so much fun flying this that you might forget about all that kind of thing. Now, it comes with this. It also comes with a headset. Now, this is the version 2 headset that it comes with. There's another new headset above and beyond this that comes with the Avata. But I think the capabilities are pretty much similar as far as the specs. It's just on the newer one, you've got a diopter on it. Curtis, please. You've got a diopter on it, and he wants me to throw his ball. Let me give his ball a little kick there. It has the diopters and that kind of thing, but I haven't found the need for that, and I don't see so great up close, and these have been really a game changer for me. Now it comes with these, it comes with a cord to hook it up. It also comes with its own battery. Now the problem being with the battery is it's not on the device itself, but that would add a lot of weight to it on your head. So the battery comes with a cord, and you just take that and plug it into it, and then you can just put it in your pocket while you're flying. And you turn it on and off on the battery. I'll get ready to do that in a minute. And then it also comes with a standard FPV controller. Now this controller will work with the Avada, or the Avada, however you say it. It will work with that one, and it will work with this one. It's a good, it's as good as any of the drone controllers that you get from DJI. Feels pretty robust. Now one of the things, it comes with a little Allen wrench that you can peel off the back here, and you can go in there and turn a little Allen screw. And what that does is it allows you to take the throttle stick and bring it all the way down to the bottom, which is more beneficial for people that fly in the FPV mode. But then you can just turn it back, and you can go back up to the center like it is on a normal drone and fly it that way. That's the way I'm flying it right now. I'm going to turn it on right now and just set it off to the side here. I'm going to take a little bit of flight with you. Now you might have seen the other day, I'll link it up here, I did a flight through the woods here, my first FPV flight, and I don't know, I probably shouldn't have put it up there, but I did. And you can see it right now, and I'm getting a little bit better at piloting now, and I'll show you some of the footage throughout this talk right now that I've been shooting with it. I'm still not, there's people out there that are doing way better footage with this than myself, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm finding out that when you're shooting it when you're photographing in manual mode, or in normal mode, I'm sorry, normal mode, not manual mode. When you're in normal mode, it will have your obstacle avoidance set on. But unlike the other drones that will just stop you and not let you go anywhere, it's true obstacle avoidance. It'll help you go around things and under things, that kind of thing. And so it's been really fun to fly in my woods here. And that's what I'm going to do right now, is take you on a little bit of flight around in here. So yeah, comes with a gimbal cover here. I'm going to take that off right now, and then I will set that off to the side, and I'm going to boot the drone up. Same way, just one and then one long hold. And I'm going to set it off to the side here. You'll hear it'll make a really wild little sound. I'm getting to like that sound. It's kind of sounds mean and crazy, like you better be careful with this thing, and it's a good sound to have. And so now what I'm going to do is boot up the headset. Same way, one short one, one long one. You'll hear the yeah, I just heard the beep of it connecting there. I'm sorry, I thought that was the camera shutting off. Anyway, yep, I'm up and running now, and I can see through the goggles. So what I'm going to do is put the battery off to the side here, and the drone's clear there. I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to put on my goggles. And the next thing you're going to see is going to be video from the drone. Now, Curtis, stay away. We're going to power up here. I'm going to start the video on the drone. There we go. Now you're seeing through the drone. Now the beauty of it is that now I'm inside of the cockpit so to speak, of the drone, and it's really amazing to fly this way. It's a lot different than looking at your video monitor or your phone or your tablet. It gives you much more capability in your spatial relationship to the drone. You start to actually feel like you're inside of the drone itself, and therefore it's a lot easier to make avoidance of different obstacles and things like that. Now you can hear above the dog, you can hear some of the beeping of this, and that is just giving me some proximity notices. And so anyway, here we are, we're up at the end of the road in my driveway. Let's go around the clearing a little bit, across my wayward garden there, and let's go up above my trailer there. That's the darkroom trailer. Now we're going to come back on down the driveway here. And like I'm saying, you lose yourself in here, and you kind of forget that you're sitting out in the open. Now you can maybe hear the sound of the drone coming on my microphone now. Yeah, let's take it back in the back of the property a little bit here. It's like driving and flying at the same time. And here we go. We're off into the woods. Now this is a real blast. Yeah, I've lost a lot of leaves in the last couple of days, as you can see. So anyway, and then now you've got the ability to look up. You've got the ability to look down. And now I am still in normal mode here, so I can't do any big severe dives or anything like that. But, you know, there is a lot that you can do cinematically with it just in the normal mode. Now one good thing also is in the viewfinder here in my screen inside of my head, I'm seeing an H off to the right and it's pointing off to where home is. So rather than having a map inside that you can control like you can with other drones and with the Go Fly app on your phone, you actually just have something that points to home and shows you where home is. And there, as you can see, my house back off in the distance there. So I'm going to bring me around back to the house. Oh, this is great. I'm having a blast. Yeah, I'm getting to be a lot better pilot with the FPV. You just get to start to know what its capabilities are and what the time lag is, which really isn't any at all. Now, I am by no means the flyer that a lot of FPV flyers are. I mean, I could not do any drone racing or anything like that. I think that those are almost people from another planet. They seem to be so good. But this is really, really, really a lot of fun. So I'm going to bring it up here. See if we get my target here. Here I am. Hey. Oh, just blew my target away, so I'll just land right where I am. Well, there we go. So that's about all there is to it. I mean, it's, you know, I wouldn't buy one, you know, if you haven't flown a drone before, I don't think I'd start this way. But if you're pretty experienced flying a drone, this is definitely the way to go. And contrary to what a lot of people are saying in different videos that I've seen online that are dissing this thing, it's a great piece of kit, and I really like it a lot. It's a great tool to have in a photographer's bag. It's a little fun, I have to admit. You know, it's kind of a little bit more to the fun than the business side right now, but I can definitely see this being a really important tool in my bag once I become a better flyer at the FPV modes. Yeah, so, you know, I decided to go with this one rather than the Avata just because it has a little bit more power. And the Avata, I think, is made a little more safe. And what I wanted to do was learn on something a little tougher so that when I went back to something easier, it would be, you know, I'd be a lot better at it. So, you know, and that's the cool thing about this is you don't have to order another headset if you buy the Avata now, and you don't have to buy another controller. Although the Avata does come with a stick controller if you want to try it that way, but I don't think I'm going to go that way at this point. But yeah, so just buying now you can just go out there and buy that bird itself, and you can fly it with the same controller and the same headset. So that might be my next toy purchase, maybe in the spring or something like that. But anyway, for now, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to flying it this winter as well. You know, there'll be less leaves on the trees, and there'll be a little bit more for the open spaces for me to fly around and try to get better with the FPV modes. So yeah, so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this.